Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this live stream. And yesterday, actually, I was waiting for this engulfing candle. Just waiting for the monthly candle to close in a very good manner. And unfortunately, we got something that I never expected for. But this is how we have to play now. The plan changed, everything changed, but still people don't want to believe. So, hold on, I'm just tweeting myself, explaining my plans. Hang on. So guys, first of all, we got ourselves into Bitcoin, and I think I would also honestly be getting out of Ethereum. That I literally got it. And as soon as I posted, I woke up in the morning, I posted about engulfing candle on Twitter, and it's like everybody have started, targeting me, and they are making fun of me basically that, hey, what the fuck? This is not an engulfing candle. You are shit. This is something else. Well, it's a very basic, rule of an engulfing candle. You just don't have to absolutely just zoom in yourself. A very basic rule of an engulfing candle is that a bullish candle followed by which is fully retraced and the price closed under the previous open, that is a strong sign of an engulfing candle. And that bearish candle do not have higher wick on an upside, so it should not have much of a tail actually. So that's a very precise definition of an engulfing candle. And for those who haven't, basically, a lot of people are, messaging me. Hey, this is not an engulfing candle. This is literally not something. But it's okay. If you don't want to believe because you have a biasness of an upside, I also have a biasness of an upside. But this is what it is. If this is something, the market wants for us, we have to accept it. We have to make a new plan, and we just have to move on with this plan actually, because you can't do anything about it. And that's how the engulfing candles are. A lot of people talking about also the tweezer top kind of a thing. That this is not an engulfing, this is some sort of a tweezer top. But I just want to remind them as well, they just have to polish themselves with the theory of what the tweezer top is, actually, and they just have to look it once before they comment, because I really don't want to be, rude with someone, but you just have to, because people follow it very wholeheartedly. This is the tweezer top candlestick pattern. This is the tweezer top. It doesn't sound anything close to engulfing candle, my friends. But it's okay. If you still feel that you don't see this as an engulfing candle, I don't force anyone to play what I see, but what I just want you guys to have a plan in place, play it, that's all, khalas. I'm going to have my own plan, and I'm going to play it, khalas. Absolutely, that's how I want to do. Yesterday, we got a two bearish market candle close. First on SPX. SPX got a very clean engulfing candle. The whole pump was retraced with an engulfing candle like this. Lastly, when this happened, when that sort of an engulfing candle happened, if this is where the engulfing candle happened. So when it happened from the top, SPX dumped almost close to 26-27%. And in between this as well, we got another engulfing candle, as you can see here as well, a very clean engulfing candle. And even from that level of highs, if you see, or from an engulfing candle highs, you see we literally dumped almost close to 24%. So if you're getting literally an engulfing candle literally at the top, I think the new trend is starting, and we are looking for more downside. May is going to be very, very bloody, as we already discussed this on the live stream yesterday. We saw March is green, April is red, May is going to be very, very, very red actually. It can be anywhere between 8% to 36%, can even go to 40% as well. Whether you like it or not, even I don't like it, because I'm still holding my alts, guys. I'm still having my Bitcoin bags, which I did not sold anything at $73,000. I'm still with you guys. So it's like, you know, even I am having these bags, even I want to sell it, but that doesn't change anything. That doesn't change the fact that we have golden engulfing candles and now we can do anything about it. We can't do anything about it. The bots have decided what's going to happen in the next few months. So practically, you know, if you just imagine, even if you just go down 24% for SPX, you can clearly see your target in front of your screen. It's like roughly around $3,970, $3,900 levels. That's the bare minimum target for SPX. And if SPX shoots the bad, which clearly indicates that, you know, I think this clearly this engulfing candle gives me a very nice sort of direction as to what probably is going to happen in the election in US, basically. So this clearly tells us that, you know, most likely Congress is not going to coming. This is what the story is coming out of this whole SPX. I mean, you might find even you know, tricky, but this is what I mean. Let's look at this engulfing candle, and it already started playing on the downside, dumping towards 57,600 already, guys. And still, if you believe that this engulfing is shit, I don't really have anything for you. But what my plan is and how I'm going to play and how I will let my community play, guys. So how I will let you play now. So we have got our long Bitcoin spot bags at 61,000 with an average of 61,450. We have got in there. How are we going to play this, guys? First of all, my target for Bitcoin is this whole you know, candle that you're watching. I'm expecting to go down literally towards anywhere close to 50,000, maybe even you know, the equilibrium, which is around $42,000, because this is the biggest engulfing candle on the monthly. Whenever the monthly engulfing candle forms, it never fades. Actually, it just, you know, it just wrecked everyone. Trust me, it just wrecked everyone. Any bounce we get it towards 64,000, 65,000, get the fuck out of it, book profits, whatever it is, hedge it, whatever you want to do is just do it and get the fuck out of everything. In my view, that's what I would do, and start building short positions, because shorts are going to play a lot in the month of May. Actually, that's what I would do actually, and I would let my community do. Even if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but still that's how I'm gonna play. Actually, our risk will be managed, and that's how I will play, because this is what clearly it is in front of your screen. Clearly it's an engulfing candle, you know, with the pure definition of engulfing candle that has been defined, you know, in the 21 candlestick pattern, you know, the book by Steve Nisson. This is the perfect engulfing candle you can ever find it, actually. Perfect engulfing candle. So what is the plan, ladies and gentlemen? Normally when this sort of an engulfing candle forms, and especially on the monthly, you know, what happens? Okay, one more person literally, you know, out of his context, he was like on Twitter, he asked me that, if this is an engulfing candle, why this is not an engulfing candle? You have to ask yourself, my friend. Is this an engulfing? This is a very interesting doji that you have, like, you know, and after that you got a nice dump like a you know, candle, but that doesn't mean that this is a complete engulfing candle. No, it doesn't fall in the definition of the engulfing candle. So you have to ask yourself, I mean, you have to polish yourself with the theory, you have to learn it basically. But I mean, it's up to you. I mean, I'm not poking anyone. I'm just going to play my plan. I have to formulate my plan. My plan is normally when an engulfing candle forms, what happens is normally, I'm saying normally, you just draw the fibs from the highs to the lows of an engulfed candle, and we draw the fibs. The fibs would be somewhere around golden pocket zone. We start with the 0.5 Fibonacci level. That's the minimum expectation I have, and we go towards 786. Maximum it should go 786, should not go beyond. So our bare minimum target in case of an upside, $66,000, 65,900 to 67,500. That is where I would like to see a push on Bitcoin in next few days, after which I would like to see Bitcoin dumping down more. Okay, so what would be the next sort of action, course of action for Bitcoin on the weekly time frame, ladies and gentlemen? So basically I'm just going to extend this to the right side a little bit more. Just wanted to extend it a bit more, actually, coordinates. Just want to have it 400. Oh shit, I'll just have it 310 maybe. Perfect. So the next course of action is we are going to $56,000 right now, today itself. In the next few hours we are going there. $56,000 is what we are going in the next few hours, and most likely today also, you know, in the next few hours we are going there. I mean, it's easy. I mean, it's just going to go. You know, you won't be able to do anything about it. It's just that whatever the spot bags we are having, we have to hold it. Okay, we can't be in panic, and we haven't seen a daily closure on $59,000 yet. So we just have to wait a little bit more, and then we're gonna hedge it, or we will just simply sell it. Hedge don't make sense. I mean, I will sell all my Bitcoin bags that I bought at $16,800, $39,000 as well. I just wanna book profits as well for sure. So most importantly, the bounce is very, very, very possible and expected. So how are we going to play this on the daily time frame, ladies and gentlemen? So weekly time frame, 56,000 is also to give us the bounce. The daily, we have lost the EMA 100 for the first time, and I just want to see how we are going to close daily. And basically, we don't have any support on the daily as for now. The support that we have around is at $52,000 straight away. $52,000 is the support that we have, like a biggest support that we have, So how are we going to play this, ladies and gentlemen? Looking to the structure that we have, the structure is now changed and have been more of, a bigger 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of a pattern. It's like, if you just draw the fibs from here on the downside, this was a little bit of fear. And if you remember, we had that bear cows, ultra bear case scenario, if you remember here. And I was like, no, this is not going to happen. It's just like a very least probable thing. But as a trader, you should be having that thing in your mind. And that's like an ultra bear case scenario that you're having. Where is the scenario? Yeah, ultra bear case. You see that we were having these scenarios, ultra bear case. And I was like, it's not going to happen. But as a trader, we should keep in mind. If 59K is lost, then we will be looking for this ultra bear case scenario. But now I think, my friends, this scenario is my first priority at this point. So this is going to be the first primary scenario now, because the bull case LTF invalidated, khalas. So we go out. The schematic 1 for now invalidated, so it's out of the question. Schematic 2 invalidated, it's out of the question. The schematic 1 and 2 played out very nicely when we anticipated a dump from $72,000 towards $61,000. Oh, sorry, $59,000. Yes, we anticipated the dump. It happened. And again, I wanted it to go to 61,000. It happened, but then it did not hold the levels of 61,000. And now we are going down. So basically, it partly paid out. And now it's like the path was to go an upside of 77, 78,000, which is not happening in my view at this point. So practically, it's like an ultra bear case scenario. Now, the one more scenario, which there is still a possibility, is a bullish wolf wave scenario. I mean, we still have this scenario, bullish wolf wave. So we might go for a little bit more choppiness. And, for that bullish wolf wave scenario, I think we still have to, and that's the scenario is going to help us a lot, where BTC is likely going to bounce us to $66,000 to give us that perfect move, basically. So how this bullish wolf waves is likely going to play out, let's say the normal target for this bullish wolf wave scenario is somewhere between 1272 and 1414. It should not go anywhere under 1618 fib, because if it goes under 1618, it invalidates the whole point. It invalidates the whole I would say the whole wave count. Basically, it invalidates the diagonal, actually, or the bullish wolf waves. The bullish wolf waves never go under 1618. So practically, we should not go under 1618 ideally. And we go to 56,500 or maybe even $55,000. So 56,000 to 56,580 is what is anticipated. And from there, I would like to see, the bullish wolf waves scenario playing out. So if you just probably draw from here the fibs, let's say if it goes to $56,000 and we do get a bounce from there at $56,000, because that's a very good weekly support. And I think the next levels we should be bouncing towards 64,000, very much close to the 0.5 Fibonacci levels. And after that, like 0.5, and after that further down, downside from there towards 50 somewhere sort of $52,000. Basically, this is what they plan for now. I mean, I was expecting a push up straight away from 59,000 or maybe 61,000 towards $79,000. But yes, for now, I think this is the plan for Bitcoin. We are not gonna run it up turbo, but we are going to chop a little bit. Yes, the bounce is going to happen. $66,000 bounce is going to happen, but first the levels would be we go down towards $56,000, a little bit more down, 56,500. From there we pump it up back to $63,000, $64,000, and that pump should happen today itself. Everything should be happening today. Why? Because we really don't want to see daily closing under 59,900 That's EMA 100 on the daily. We don't want to see that, because if we close a single candle under this is going to be like a first candle closing under the EMA 100. Last time also we bought at 39,000, if you remember, that it was going literally under the EMA 100, and I was like, no, it's not, it cannot close it under, it will definitely close above today. So that's a good risk reward. We just keep on buying it. We bought it and it just got a good bounce. So practically, at this point as well, I think if you're really not in anything on Bitcoin, if you really want to play or catch the bottom or a bounce, I think $56,000 is going to be a good level. Just play the spots, guys. Do not play the leverage at all. Yesterday, I was literally telling each and everyone, if you don't buy alts or ETH at this point, just wait for the monthly close. If monthly close confirms, we go in. Literally, yes, I bought ETH at 2947. I bought ETH at those levels, and my email addition is 2,900 on daily close. So I think today I'm expecting a relief bounce towards 63,000, 64,000. That's where we are likely going to book profits on our Bitcoin spots. We will book profits on a lot of holds as well that we hold, and that's where we're going to play actually. So this is still a hopium that we have, a bullish hopium. That's like a very interesting bullish wolf waves actually. Okay, so that's the bullish count that I have. This is the bullish wolf waves. Of course, the name itself suggests bullish wolf waves, which means that it's bullish. So that's a bullish count that we have, and a bear case scenario, you already know it, the drill actually. That's how the bear case scenario is going to go. So what we are anticipating on the lower term time frame is something like this. So first of all, we want to get a bounce, and the bounce is going to happen inshallah, in my view. Just hold on. 310. Perfect. So we go to the forward time frame, and the forward time frame, yes, we are having a good support at $56,500, $56,000, and we do have a good order block, or you say OB over here. So practically this is the levels where normally you would want to see Bitcoin bouncing, and I think a lot of people were anticipating this. But when we are anticipating such sort of a dump, like a bigger dump towards 50K, it clearly changed the whole pattern. It clearly invalidates a lot of bullish count actually. So right now the plan is on Bitcoin is $56,000 at any cost. That is what the plan, and we don't want to deviate from the plan. So I am clearly saying a move on the downside as 5 waves, with a very impulsive move which is coming right now. So that is going to be our 5 waves over here, and this was like a choppy, some sort of a wave 2 over here. Very interesting wave 2. We got it, and now we are getting it wave 3. Wave 3 is likely going to see a nice a little bit more good bounce somewhere around 56,000 as I mentioned. Then we're going to see wave 4 pull up. One more move on the downside towards 56,000, maybe 55,000 as well. Possibilities there. So this is how the 5 waves is going to end, and it can even straight away go to $52,000 as well. If the diagonal scenario don't play out, it can straight away up to 50,000 in next 2 days as well. This is literally it's gonna do actually, ladies and gentlemen. So I would say, if you really want to survive this game, do not touch the leverage. Just do not touch the leverage. No futures at all. People, those traders who really want to play the scalps, just like a quick scalps, use our bot. Our AI bot was shorting the whole market. It gave the short across the board. Every short have played out since yesterday, and have made a good amount of money for those who nailed their shorts and took it. In fact, when so basically I think this is how you should be playing. If you just draw simply the fibs from here, from the lows to the bottom, normally the wave 3 ends somewhere in the region of 1618. So the 1618 target would be somewhere around 55,000 ideally, but as I mentioned, we have a nice support at $56,000. So I'm expecting a good bounce, and we do have a H4 order block over here, a smaller OB that we have here at this current price. So I would like to see something like this. Where is the path? Yeah, here. So I would like to see a little bit more down towards 56,000, more inclined towards $56,000, and then should be giving us a push up and testing the daily of 59,300. Once on testing this daily, we will reject and come back down towards 55,000, maybe it can go to 6161 and straight away towards $55,000, $54,700. Well, that is what the plan for, you know, this is like a bullish plan, guys. This is like a bull case scenario just in case. And later, after going down to 54,000, as I mentioned, still, you know, after that, if we go down here, we do get a bounce. The bounce would be somewhere around here. We go push up towards, you know, $66,000, somewhere like this, maybe $63,000 as well, and then round like here to $50,000. Go inside it, bounce A, B, and we go down like this. So that's going to be you know, the ultra bear case scenario, which I already mentioned about it. And this is also a good diagonal scenario. A diagonal scenario will be change depend on where the wave 3 is going to end. It depends on the wave 3. The bounce is going to be the golden pocket zone, which is 0.618. Wherever the wave 3 ends, normally the wave 3 should end from the fifth perspective around 54,700 and between $56,000. It should not go under, because if it goes under 54,700, then this whole diagonal scenario get invalidated and we will be becoming more and more bearish. And this is whole structure itself is your bigger, you know, we started literally a bigger wave 1 over here. This is your wave 2 over here, you know, like a bigger wave 1, 2. This is 1. This is A, B, C, 2, and you know the drill, bigger wave 3. Wave 3 is going to be very, very massive, and it's going to be very, very bearish, you know, at that point of time. But I've already showed you I already showed you what do you say yesterday about how the May is going to happen. If March is green, April is red, May is going to be very, very red. It can go up to 35-40%, move on the downside. It will be very bloody. My original plan was to buy in April and sell in May, but the problem now is we bought in April, but now we have to sell in May. Not sure whether we will be selling in profits or it's just exiting at break even, but we have to sell in May. That's all. I wanted to sell it at $70,000 and $80,000, but at this point doesn't seem to me like this. May is definitely going to close red. Whether you like it or not, it's closing red, which means that where May opened, if you look at here, this is the same theory I told you on this stream. You can check all my live streams way back in the beginning of the March. I told you very, very clearly the outlook. Whatever happens, March is going to close green. The month of March is going to go green. Whenever we go down under the March opens, you simply have to buy. That's all, and you will be in good profits. You know, and that's exactly how it played out. Where sometimes you don't need much of a technical analysis. Sometimes you just need the trend, where the trend is, and how the market follows this trend. So this is your May opens, ladies and gentlemen. 60,621 is your May open, and unfortunately, the month of May, we will be closing under 60,621, and more likely, in my view, it will be closing anywhere between, if you ask me, and you can just, today is 1st of May, we will be discussing the same thing on 31st of May, ideally. Anywhere around, it will be closing anywhere from $56,000 to a downside, the way, you know, the historical data have suggest. Anywhere from the $56,000 to 35% move on the downside, somewhere around, you know, $39,000. Anywhere in between it will close. Either it's going to close at $56,000 or it's going to close at anywhere in between $56,000 to $39,000. But this is how it's going to close. First thing, it's going to close red. That's all. I mean, my candle is blue, but it means red actually. In your case, it's red. So that's how it is going to close for sure. Anything above May opens, your price, you get it, exit, sell off, exit, khalas. Just we're going to start building short positions across the board, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we would do, inshallah, if we do happen to get the chance actually. Any retest towards 59,300, we will hedge it, and we're just going to let it ride our hedge, and that's how we will play actually. So I have, you know, I'm just going to transfer my Bitcoins to the coin margin contract so that we can play hedge. And FET stops have been moved to 1.67. If you really want to book the gains, you can book it as well. It's still in profits. RNDR, I mean, as I mentioned, you know, I'm not going to buy any also, specifically not buying anything, not bought anything so far. Ethereum, yeah, this bullish wolf wave just faded me actually. So we bought around 2947 and we went to the equilibrium, the bigger equilibrium of 2883, like forming a double bottom sort of thing, invalidating this whole bullish case scenario for now, which is of course not a good sign at this point of time. But what is good thing is we are going to hold Ethereum. Why? Because just look at yourself. I mean, look at the chart, you know, look at the chart. I think this chart speaks so clearly, very, very clearly. This just chart itself is so clear. And it tells you, ladies and gentlemen, it tells you that, you know, Ethereum is clearly doing 5 waves. You see? You can count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we are in wave 5. And this wave 5 is happening with a low volume. You see here on the 4 hours time frame, we're just waiting for 16 minutes to close. Once that, I think if you really want to buy, I think the best would be to buy Ethereum here actually. Why? Because Ethereum is clearly having 5 waves and you can get a good bounce on Ethereum towards 3,200, can even go to 3,500. Why? Because Ethereum BTC is bullish. So I discussed this plan. When we get an engulfing candle, Bitcoin makes lower highs, Ethereum makes higher highs. That is a very, very high possibility, you know. And hence, you know, I would suggest at this point, you know, for all the guys or end goals over here, that we should be following Ethereum. We should be buying and holding Ethereum because there is a clean 5 waves I am seeing on Ethereum right now. Very clean. Very, very, very clean 5 waves. So practically, I think Ethereum is definitely can go a little bit pushed down on the downside, but still I would say you know, Ethereum is still looking better than what, you know, better than Bitcoin actually. That's what I can say. Ethereum is looking far better than Bitcoin. So that's a clean 5 waves in my view. But I would still suggest buy if you are not in Ethereum. A little bit patiently wait for Bitcoin to finish its move towards the target. Where is my Bitcoin chart? Towards my target of $56,000. When it goes to 56,000, 54,700, I think that would be the most good levels for everything to buy. And it can give you a good bounce towards May opens. And as you know, I've already mentioned to the golden pocket zone, which is somewhere around $63,000. So ladies and gentlemen, I think for the first few days, I mean today and tomorrow will be a little bit volatile in terms of a downside, and maybe in the next few days in the May itself we will see a bounce. You know, we'll see a bounce and then further on. FOMC is any exit target for near your coin. I mean, I will have to check, my friend. FOMC make it dump more. I think FOMC is not going to have much of an impact because the FOMC is more of, you know, whether an interest rate hike is going to happen or an interest rate cut is going to happen. So nothing is going to happen. We're going to stay flat. The only thing that might just drive the price or maybe a little bit volatility would be, you know, remember the news don't drive the price. It just have the volatility, which means that it just increases the, it just, you know, pushes it. That's all. It don't drive the price. It don't make the price. It just, you know, increase the volatility. That's all, you know. So I think, you know, the speech by Chairman Powell, what he speaks, it depends whether he is going to enlighten everyone that, yeah, we are prepared for the rate cut in the next probably FOMC probably, which I don't think it's going to say because the crude oil is bullish. And you can say the US GDP is on the down curve, stagflation, and also if you can see that, you know, a bearish engulfing candle on SP 500. So for sure, you know, the SP 500, they need a push on an SP 500 because a bearish engulfing candle don't play this way. After a bearish engulfing candle, you need a bounce and for a sell-off, and that's exactly what I think is going to happen. So a little bit of small bounce on SP 500 towards 5,130, 5,150 max, and followed by a further dump or maybe straight away dump as well. Probably it all depends how this market opens, but overall this is an engulfing candle, which is something I don't mess with it. You know, even if you feel that if this engulfing candle would have formed here, around equilibrium, I would have ignored it. Definitely I would have ignored it, and I would have went for more upside. But the engulfing candle forming in my sell-off zone with this harmonic and with the shark actually, and also forming literally between 2414 and 1886 Fibonacci levels, which is not a good sign actually in my view. So I'm looking, and also the volume is above the MA. As you can see, the volume is above the volume MA, of course, which is not a good sign for SP500. SP500 is clearly, in my view, it's bearish. So my plan for the Bitcoin, as I mentioned, guys, this is what I would like to see on the Bitcoin. Basically 56,000 is what I'm aiming for, ladies and gentlemen. We just have to have patience. Do not add any spots right now. Wait for it. Whatever the spots we have, hold it tightly. That's all. We will be most likely playing the coin margin contracts. Lastly, in case if this this diagonal scenario don't play out, because this wave count is from a perspective that diagonal scenario is going to play out. Let's say if the diagonal scenario don't play out, then we will be seeing Bitcoin dumping straight towards $50,000 today or maybe tomorrow, and from there we will see a nice recovery bounce for Bitcoin towards $60,000, which is still a $10,000 bounce, and that is what we should play. A $10,000 bounce, we hedge it, we long our coin margin contracts over there, we like 2x leverage, we long is there 50,000 just in case it goes there, we long there, and we read it right towards $61,000, $62,000. We make money, exit, sell our spot bags, go, run. That's all. Run in May. Even in fact, I would say if this is how the plan continues, even June would be the beginning of the June will be also be a little bit bearish, and after that maybe mid-June will be good actually. But it all depends on how badly we closes the May actually. Now it all thing boils down to what is the HTF looks like for Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, let's come to that as well. Well, heart and time frame. Now that we have heart and time frame, ladies and gentlemen, for a Bitcoin chart, I know that you might be having a lot of doubts on heart and time frame, but our plan was very similar. And first I'll go with the bull case scenario. The bull case scenario plan was this, and now the way it looks to me, like even if let's say I'm just extending a little bit more downside towards $50,000 for like another 1 2 3 maybe, let's say, and wave 4, let's say where does the wave 4 normally ends? Wave 4 normally ends anywhere between 0.382 to 0.5 Fibonacci levels. It should not go under 0.6 Fibonacci levels, because going under 0.618 is literally going to invalidate. Okay, so hold on. So first of all, I would like to really appreciate Rick, one of our chart talents. Rick, he was on the point for nailing this dump actually. He had this dump, yes, he had this dump, and even we were having this dump still from 72,000. But at that point of time, you mentioned that what if we are literally dumping from here to $50,000? That is a fractal. So, and I was like, no, I think we should not be going there. We should be literally bouncing from 59,000, because I still feel that it's bullish. But he stayed with his plan, he played his plan, and I'm so proud of him that he stuck with his plan no matter what I told him. So this is how trader plays actually. If a trader, as a trader, if you're having your plan, you should play it whether and you should ride it with confidence. It's okay, you will not be 100% right every time, but that is going to be a good lesson. He played his plan, and I'm damn sure he's really happy, and I'm really happy that Rick is with us actually, and he nailed this move. I'm really happy for him. And this is a message to all the traders out there, seeing Rick, you should not be pointing fingers on others and others' plan actually. If you have a plan, play your plan rather than poking others that you are wrong. No, you have a plan, you play, that's all. You don't need to. If you feel that it's not an engulfing candles, just play your plan. Khalas. Have your longs, ride it, do whatever you want. But if you feel it's an engulfing candle, that's what I have it, then you need to make your plan. You need to revisit your plan. You need to check it. Okay. So Rick, congratulations, buddy. And really happy that you caught this move. So 0.618, 0.5 and 0.382. That what normally the wave 4 target for Bitcoin would be. In case if we are really bullish, this is still a bull case scenario and it's still a valid bull case scenario. So if we want to see Bitcoin being bullish, we should not be going under 49,366, staying above $50,000, like 49,400 is going to still make us bullish, and this bull case scenario is still valid, which means that even if May is having an engulfing candle, and even if we are going to dump another $10,000 from 60,600 to maybe $50,000, or maybe somewhere close to $50,000, still we are bullish, because we won't be going under 49, and if we don't go under 49,000, this bull case scenario is still a valid one. It is not invalidated at this point of time. But normally, you know, when you are watching this sort of a bigger bigger engulfing candles, I've never seen a monthly engulfing candle myself, you know, but the only engulfing candle that I've seen so far is here. So whenever, I mean, this is not an exact or accurate engulfing candle, but somewhat like, I mean, there's not an engulfing candle for sure. Is there an engulfing candle on the monthly that we can see? The perfect engulfing candle. Mostly there are dojis, and after that an engulfed candle, but that's not a perfect engulfing candle. I mean, this is I'm seeing for the first time, it seems, or am I missing something? You can see multiple bullish engulfing candles, you know, so that's like a pennant over here followed by an engulfing candle, so bullish, and we run up similarly. You know, there has to be anything else. I mean, there is no engulfing, so I think it's like a monthly we are seeing for the first time on the BLX, you know, this engulfing candle. So practically I still feel that if you really want to be bullish, we should be staying above $49,400, and we still are bullish, you know. This still bull case is still valid. The bull case target for Bitcoin, as you can see on the screen, would be around, you know, an upside of hold on, something is off. Where is my parallel channel? Yep, perfect. And where are the fibs? Perfect. So basically an upside target for a bull case scenario on Bitcoin in you know, if you're staying above 49. So May is going to be bearish, guys. We have to deal with it. April was bearish. We got a big red candle on ML for the month of April, as you can see, almost 15% downside. So May is also going to be somewhere in the range of 7%, 35% downside. So yes, definitely it's going to be bearish for sure in the month of May normally. So June, I think, is likely going to be a little bit green, actually, because if you look at the historical data point over here, how the normally June closes from 2018, as you can see here, you know, March was this was like April was green. So I'm just going to ignore. There were some possibilities. This is ignore. Yeah, March was green. We need a March green. Where is that? Yeah, so here you see March was green, April was red, May was red. So yeah, June was also a little bit red, but not much. But June swept the May lows. It went under the May lows and then probably run it up later on. So July, August, September was really good actually at that point of time. Similarly, if you look at here, March was green, April was red, May was red, June was giga red actually. Here May dumped almost 16% and June dumped 38%. So I think it tells us that if March is green, April is red, May is also red, closing under red, then definitely June is going to be red actually. Something is what we are saying. So prolong this quarter, instead of quarter 3, we have shifted to quarter 2 being, you know, sideways and bearish. So quarter 3 will be good actually then. Talking about 2023 as well, March was green, April was also green. So I mean, this is a different scenario altogether. What I can understand so far is that if May is also going to close red, so definitely June is also going to be closing red as well, you know. Yeah, monthly engulfing, there is not, this is happening for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, an engulfing candle, not a single engulfing candle that we have seen on the monthly so far, and this is the perfect example of an engulfing candle you can see. And for the first time, it's happened literally at the top, I mean, this engulfing candle, if it would have happened anywhere between the equilibrium, like here, or maybe at the bottom, I would have literally ignored it. Actually, I would have told that it's like a fake out. It's like auto block. But happening at the top is a tricky part, actually, tricky, which clearly indicates that we are likely going to see another $5,000, $10,000 move on the downside for Bitcoin, and then we will have some nice move on an upside. If this is bull case is still a valid one, actually. So that is first. The bear case scenario is something you guys are very much interested into, and this is the bear case scenario. Since beginning we have this. This is the bear case scenario. This is the bear case scenario. Now the question is, are we topped? Whether the wave C is in? What do you think? Whether this scenario is the valid one? I so wish and I so hoped that this engulfing candle would have not printed. The bulls would have defended that level. It was just like $1,000 away, and I'm so surprised the bull failed to defend even $1,000. They couldn't even push $1,000. So surprising. It's just changing the whole landscape of how I am seeing the chart, because engulfing candles on the daily, if it can give you 10% move, then engulfing candle on weekly, if it can give you 15-20% move, and it still plays out with a high probability, engulfing candle on a monthly and formed at the top, formed at the resistance, formed at the previous supply block, formed at the premium zone, and formed at the premium zone. There's like a premium zone. I think I've discussed about the premium zones as well in the previous stream. So the premium zone basically formed in the premium zone. Now I cannot ignore this, my friends. If you really want to ignore it, you can ignore it, but I have lot of money on Bitcoin, and I simply can't ignore it. I have to have my plan in place. I have to hedge it. I can't wait it even for it to bounce to 65,000, 68,000. I simply, even if it goes to $63,000, I'm booking the gains, and I'm just going to enjoy, because the profits are from 39,000, 61,000, and 16,800. So nothing wrong in booking the gains, actually. If I'm wrong, I will be buying, Bitcoin above 69,100 with a confirmation. Above 69,100 with a confirmation, we will be buying Bitcoin, again. But till then, this engulfing candle is good. May, you can all plan vacations in the month of May probably. And if you are bears who have shorted the market previously with me, the top, be ready. Any bounce we get, a good bounce, we are shorting this whole market, actually making good amount of money. Trust me. So you can laugh on me, you can make fun of me, but you can never fade me, actually. Never, normally. Anyways, inshallah, be God with us. And this is the bear case scenario. And still, till we don't go under, $40,000, sorry, $49,000, $400, till we don't go under these levels, this bear case scenario is still valid. So for this bear case scenario to confirm, this bear case scenario is a valid one, but this bear case scenario, for confirmation of this scenario, you need the bull case scenario to get invalid, literally invalid. And for that bull case scenario to invalid, I mentioned we need to dump under $49,400. Once we go under that $49,400, khalas, I would simply delete this bull case scenario, and we are simply going to play the bear case scenario, and we are likely going to go into the biggest bear market again, dumping back down then to minimum of 19K if we are going for a running flat, and it can be an irregular expanded flat as well. But just look at it at an idea. I mean, this is something, I'm not being bearish at this point, but these are all, as a trader, you should have both the plan in place, and we are having both the plans. The bear case scenario is not confirmed yet, but this is something we still have it. it will confirm when Bitcoin starts closing or going back under $49,400. Okay, very simple. Till then, we are above that, we are still bullish. HTF, we are having a bull case scenario. Midterm bearish, LTF bearish, khalas. Okay, so earlier LTF was bearish, midterm was bullish. We were anticipating a bounce to 78,000, which is not going to happen. So now that the midterm is also going to turn bearish, any bounces towards 63,000 or upwards of $66,000, exit everything. You don't need to wait or ask for to anybody. Exit, hedge it, whatever you want to have it, and I'm going to give you a lot of shorts, especially on Bitcoin and Ethereum, in my view. So that's what we're going to play. Now there is a light in tunnel. Of course, when you just go into the tunnel, there's always a light. Well, this is a little bit more confirmation as to how the week off is going to play out in the most bullish case scenario. I mean, this is like a bear case scenario, week off. And in case if you do something like this, this is how the the week off is going to play out. That's like added confirmation for this whole scenario. This is like an HTF. Now let's talk about the because when you go into the tunnel is going to end. The darkest tunnel, the dark will go away, and there will be there will be a light at the end of the tunnel. So the light at the end of the tunnel would be this for us. So what if we can't make money with Bitcoin? We can still make money with Ethereum. So I think if Ethereum BTC is bullish, we are having a clean inverse head and shoulder over here on Ethereum Bitcoin. So which clearly indicates to me there is a very good possibility of something like this happening. I think I've discussed this yesterday as well on the stream. In case if we do happen to get an engulfing candle on Bitcoin, there is a probability that this is how it should play out, and we are rejecting as well. If you can see on the daily time frame, we are rejecting from the range highs again, ladies and gentlemen, which is a good sign, which to me like I should be converting my Bitcoin to Ethereum at this point of time. That's where I will be able to make more and more amount of Bitcoin. That's what I would do normally. So how we should be playing, or how we should be expecting Bitcoin. So I'm just going to hide this for now. Ethereum is going to save us, actually, hopefully. So basically we go to the weekly time frame on the Hawthorne time frame. How I would like to see Bitcoin does on, like, this is an idea. So Bitcoin is likely going to, let's say, it dumps to our final target of $50,000, and it's going to give us that bounce, but that bounce is going to be not a higher highs, but the lower highs. Lower highs can be anywhere from 64,000, as I mentioned, to it can even go to $66,000, 786 Fibonacci levels, anywhere, and from there it dumps like this. So this is how, and what Ethereum is likely going to do with that weekly, in my view, with the 5 waves and a very interesting bull flag structure on ETH, and then we also have a support, of course. So what it can do is, the way we are very much close to sweeping the lows, it can go one more sweep on the downside like this, along with the Bitcoin going to 2,700 or so, and Ethereum goes up, making not lower highs, making higher highs like this. So Ethereum makes higher highs like this, Bitcoin make lower highs. Where the hell is Bitcoin chart? Yeah. And Bitcoin makes lower highs. It can be anywhere from $65,000 to $67,000, as I mentioned. So Ethereum made higher highs, Bitcoin made lower highs. Everything tops out. There is a strong bear divergence across the board on the weekly. Khalas. If you remember as well, I was very much vocal about it for USD DOM. Yesterday, emergency live stream, I did it, where I mentioned, this, we are likely doing a very interesting diagonal over here on a USD dominance. Hawthorne time frame, ladies and gentlemen, we are bullish on, weekly is bullish. You don't have to be bearish at all. it's like we are reversing, you know. We have literally got a lot and lot of panic in the USD DOM, and now we are reversing. So I think we are very close to my target. Now the only problem is 5.24% is flipped. So my target right now for this pump on USD DOM is roughly around 5.48%. It should not go beyond 161 at Fibonacci levels, because if it go beyond 161 at this diagonal is going to invalidate, and it's going to literally activate the most bullish pattern and most bullish plan on USD DOM, which I've never discussed with you as well at this point. It would trigger a 1-2-1-2 scenario, and literally if it starts flipping the green line that we have, this green line of 5.63%, then we are likely going to pump it up to 7.4%, ladies and gentlemen. So be very, very cautious. This USD dominance have most likely done with the ABC over here. You already have the wave count. You can see the wave counts. And if you inverse the chart over here, you will also find a very clean week off pattern as well. I think we have discussed about the week off. This was the week off plan that we have, for basically the, basically the USD DOM. So practically it's like, we are having equal lows over here. Arslan, everybody, me and Arslan were discussing, we were also discussing few months back, why USD dominance is having that equal highs, and future at some point of time these equal highs will be taken care of, whether we like it or not. But this is, I think, not now, maybe. I'm not saying we are very much bullish, but something like this is very much going to happen in the next few months down the line, even if we go to 100K or not. But this is definitely going to happen. So you have to, whatever you do charting, whatever you plan your trades, just make sure and keep your eyes on the USD DOM, and you're going to get saved every time. So again, we are breaking down this trend line on the USD DOM. As you can see, we're breaking under the trend line is here. So I would like to see a retest back of the trend line, and maybe even going back above to 4%, but I think we are not going to go that deeper towards now. So more or less, I would be looking for something like this on the USD dominance perspective for now, and then further looking more downside over here for the USD DOM. So this is going to be a perfect plan for the USD dominance. So pump it up to 5.48%, 5.5%, and maybe even to 5.6%. Reject from there and come back down towards 4.46%. So if you really want to buy alts, and if you really want to buy big on Ethereum, you can buy Ethereum anywhere between 5.5% to 5.6% levels. If you really want a good entry, 5.6% is the best optimal trade entry zone for anything you want in the market, anything, 5.6%. But for now, we stick with the plan 5.48% to 5.5% is where I expect USD dominance to top out. And this is what I'm aiming for, how the USD dominance should play it out, with a very nice diagonal of 5 waves on an upside, followed by another ABC, and then run it up in the June. June pumps it up more towards sweeping the highs and going above towards to the bigger target of 7% practically. So that is how the June is going to play out then at that point of time. So ladies and gentlemen, for now we just have to hold on to our spot bags. The plan is being mentioned for where we are going to sell our bags. So the good thing in my view is likely going to happen only and only with Ethereum, where Ethereum is might do higher highs, and Bitcoin might do lower highs. So still we need a little bit more confirmation whether it's going to do or not. But what I can see so far, it is very likely it's going to do, because of the ETH Bitcoin is bullish, Bitcoin dominance is bearish, rejected from the range highs. So basically this is the most favorable plan. So if Bitcoin don't make higher highs, don't worry about it. Don't feel ashamed of you selling your spot bags. Even if people are going to poke you that you sold it and it pumped $2,000, let them just make fun of you. But hey, We sold Bitcoin, we bought Ethereum, and we made more and more Bitcoin because each Bitcoin pumped almost close to 20%. So that's how we're gonna make money actually. So as a trader, as an investor, you know, this is how I think you should be playing. So for now, an immediate target for Bitcoin is $56,000. We are going there in next few hours, maybe by end of this session, the whole, maybe, you know, I'm expecting it to dump it, go there, because that is the obvious levels I can see. On, you know, obvious levels I can see. We reject from a trend line again, we are making lows. Practically that's what the Fibs also tells us. 56,000 previous quarter mid that we have, 56,200, $56,000 is what I'm aiming. We already went down to 56,968, very much close to those, and a retest is going to happen as well towards 59,100, 59,200, maybe even the current monthly open retest where we have an order block is also likely. So we are likely going to play the longs over here, but no, we are not going to play longs like futures. We're going to play coin margin, not more than 2x with our spot bags. So basically we're not going to be adding more risk to it, but we're just simply going to play with what we have at this point, the spot bags. And our target would be to exit anywhere from 59,000 to 60,900. We make a gains from there, and we then sell our spot bags and we exit. That's all, because I think we are likely going to go to biggest support of 54,000 then, because May is bearish, unfortunately, my friends. So first of all, my sincere apologies that yes, I told you about $78,000, but at that point of time, we did not have that anticipation, you know, of of BTC forming a bearish engulfing candle. But now that we have an engulfing candle monthly closed in a very bad shape actually, and you see the daily candle, this is like a big bullish candle, a white candle you are seeing, which means that this candle was a huge buyers, lot of buyers were here practically. So just imagine if we start going back under 56,980, all those who have bought here or were accumulating inside, they will start, you know, shitting the bed. They will start just selling, and that is literally going to dump towards $50,000 in like maybe, you know, we might not even get a bounce as well. So I would say whatever the bounce or a retest we get, 59,000, 60,800, we close, we hedge everything, and we just sit tight, and we will then probably look for shorting opportunity as well. So ladies and gentlemen, this is my plan for Bitcoin. The bullish wolf waves is still a valid waves, and I will be looking for that bullish wolf waves as well, in case if it forms with a bigger A, B, C, as you guys know about it. So I'm just going to track it, and I'm not gonna let that, you know, go away. So for example, if this is your top bottom and we did an ABC, and even if you go to $56,000, let's like a 1414 fib, for example, from here we are likely going to see an upwards of highs here. Yeah, so your 1414 is somewhere around 56,600, and your invalidation is somewhere around 55,150. Anywhere in between, we also have support of previous quarter made. So basically, in that scenario, we go down there and you know, we look for a bounce like this. So just imagine a little bit push up, a retest, any retest of 59,000, we hedge it, we short, come back down like this, and then we a little bit push it up to the current monthly open, go try to flip the current monthly open, and then further down like this to our support, slowly and gradually, and EMA 200 daily as well. For the first time, we are likely going to test it. So this test is very crucial in my view, because we have lost the EMA 50 daily on EMA 50 daily. So now we would be aiming for EMA 200 daily as well. So basically this plan makes more and more amount of sense. So May is going to be red, and you know, if this plays out, in fact in the month of May itself, we are likely going to see a push up to the, you know, previous month lows and maybe even current monthly open, somewhere like this, and then we can look for a bounce in the month of June. If it is bullish, we are likely going to do something like this, new highs as I mentioned, you know, we're still above 49,400, we are bullish. And in case if we are bearish, we likely going to go up here and then further down like this towards, you know, like a bigger M pattern as actually. So this is the plan for what do you say, Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen. Just wait for $56,000 to come a little bit. We are very close to that level. This diagonal scenario, is a very valid diagonal scenario. I'm just going to name it as bullish wolf waves instead of a diagonal, because you want to see a fake out. Okay, there is a difference between the bullish wolf waves and a diagonal. Now people will also argue with me that you are wrong about this, but no, this is the fact actually. I know what the theories. I know how to play it actually, but there's a very small difference between a bullish wolf waves and a diagonal, and that difference is the diagonals normally don't they respect the trend line. They don't go under your trend line or above the trend line, whereas bullish wolf waves always create a fake out trap. They go down under and then probably run it up. So that's how normally it does. So ladies and gentlemen, first of all, extremely sorry to let you down with the hopes of BTC going to 100K or $80,000. Of course, I'm not there to give you hopes, but I'm just, as a trader, want to show you what I see in the charts, what is there in front of our screen, and how we should be playing it. Simple as that. Simple as that we should play, because finally we want to see our portfolio up. Yes, with this dump, I'm down on my portfolio because I had a 2x coin margin contract. But the good part was, if you remember, my stop loss was computed. I mentioned it yesterday on the stream as well in the morning. My stop loss is computed based on $57,000 as a stop loss. So basically, the risk that I took it is perfectly based on $57,000. So even if it goes to $56,000, that's still 1 hour. And even if it get out of $63,000, would still be 0.1 to 0.2 hour. And that way, we can just minimize the loss and maximize, the returns from shorting it. So that's what the plan would be at that point of time. So right now, looking for longs. Let it go to $56,000, maybe $55,500. That is where we should long, and let USD dominance go to 5.48% to 5.5, maybe even 5.6% as levels, and then we should be looking for longs. But for now, for those who don't know, yes, I never got kicked out of the wealth group. But if you really feel that I was kicked out, you can just contact John, and maybe you can ask him. He'll let you know. He'll respond. It was a mutual understanding of we wanted to separate. You can ask him actually. He will let you know. And even he posted on this on his corner as well that we mutually agreed to part ways actually. But yeah, you can ask him as well, because sometimes what happens is sometimes as a trader, you can't perform every time. Yes, I was going through some tough times, in my personal life as well as trading life. That happens with everyone. It happened with me at that point of time. It can happen with you at any any point. I God forbid. I pray that it don't happen with anyone. So I just want a good for you, but for everyone actually. So it happens. So we mutually agreed and we part ways, which is good actually. So nothing wrong with it. And I never intended to have my own community, but when I felt that when I felt for like 24 hours, when I left for like 24 hours, I felt, who am I? I mean, what am I gonna do without my community actually? Because I was so much into that community. It was like my home actually. And yes, I need to make my home. And immediately on the second day, I started that, no, I want to build my own community. I want to give whatever I have. So I started, contacting the good developers, making good indicators, whatever the indicators we have. Like today we are having a pack of 5 indicators and 1 AI signal bot, which is so powerful with an accuracy of 78%. Every 2 days I post the results, but for night, like Ramadan was going on, I stopped posting it, but you can see it for like 12 days. I've constantly posted it. I still have the results for like few days as well, but I haven't posted it. The results were amazing. The AI bot is giving a good signals. We have breaker bot, we have divergence bot, then we have screeners. We developed our website, we have screeners open for public. Anybody wants to use it, don't want to spend money, and they just want to enlighten themselves with the knowledge. We have infographics on our website. A lot of things I've developed for the community, and I'm just going to keep on developing it. So I just wanted to very lovely community, and now we have grown so far, came to a lot and big numbers right now, and I do think we are going to go very, very far. So I think it's like, okay, I mean, if and I was very vocal about it. I will stay there till they want me. And alhamdulillah, I mean, it was a very good time. We enjoyed a lot. It was a wonderful community. It is indeed. And the people are good, actually. I really respect John, honestly, because he gave me the platform at the point of time. He trusted me, and really good, actually, honestly. He's a gem, actually, in my view. You might feel it otherwise, but for me, yeah, I mean, I would never, I would never, because it never happened to me. I mean, it never, nothing bad happened to me when I was there, actually, honestly. So he helped me a lot, actually, with a lot of things. So that's all for the today's stream, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, we are not going to pump it up straight away from here. We are going to see some more downside, 56,000 minimum, maybe on 55K. But I would say May is going to be very, very bloody May. It's going to be red. And today on the 1st of May, inshallah, what I'm saying is, by end of the May is going to close under, the May is going to close under the monthly opens, basically. So we are going to close May under $60,800, be it at $55,000, or be it has like 35% move on the downside for like $42,000. We will see what May brings. So one thing is for sure, you really want to long everything, just play the USD dominance chart, let it reject from 5.6%, and just play it perfectly. That's how we're going to play slowly. Don't panic. I know many of you might be a lot of underwater with the alt bags. You might hold it, but honestly, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've never recommended such sort of a bags. The only spot bags I'm very much underwater is waves, actually, honestly speaking, and I'm very, very vocal about it. Almost close to 2.5 hour down. I'm on that. I intended to have 1 hour stop loss, but I just wanted to, I was expecting it to bounce to 3.4 so that I can get out with 1 hour loss. But I'm expecting with this USD dominance scenario, definitely in the next few days I would expect a retracement towards at least 4.5%, which is going to give us a good bounce across the board. And if my ETH BTC scenario plays out, which means that also are going to shoot up one after another, Ethereum is going to shoot up, Ethereum makes higher highs, money is going to rotate from Bitcoin to Ethereum, Ethereum tops out, Ethereum going to rotate money from Ethereum to alts, and when everything done, they dump together. This is the ultra bear case scenario probably for the whole market. So that's how, I think even if we can't make money with Bitcoin, the focus would be on Ethereum, Solana. Let's also check AVEX and maybe Near. One of our colleagues asked where he should exit Near. So Near USDT per PEPs, let's check it. It was Near was really strong. But if you look at the very simplistic chart that we have on Near, very simple chart, I won't draw anything, very simple chart. I'm simply going to open the support resistance algo. So it is going to identify the support and resistance levels for a coin. So basically we have a support here around 5.583, but how strong is that support, ladies and gentlemen? We don't know. So we're just going to check it. Near, so basically this is your resistance. Till we don't flip it, we are bearish. Then we have support over here practically. So till we don't flip it, we are bearish. There are two levels. Yeah, so we have lost the levels, ladies and gentlemen. So what is next? The next thing for near is we got a sharp wick. So I would like to see near holding certain levels. So from a degree of support level perspective, I would not like to see near going under $5. Okay, going under $5 would clearly means that it's going to go for double bottom and maybe even sweep of the lows, practically. But looking to the structure, we got 5 waves on an upside. So clean. There is a very interesting chart over here on the near, that there is a 5 waves on an upside. So practically we should be aiming for near going towards 702 Fibonacci levels. Sorry, I missed my 702. 702. It's a liquidity pool. Okay, so practically I would like to see near going down here. Okay, at support, don't lose the support. We hold it here, slowly chop a little bit more down, and then we can run. Now for being bullish, you want near to do 2 things. First, even if we have lost the support, you want it to reclaim the range lows, basically here. So once this white line, the range low, is being reclaimed, or I would name it as a yellow line. Once this yellow line is reclaimed, because we have equal highs over here, as you can see, there's an equal high. So what I'm watching is a very interesting either ABC formation, or it's a very interesting bullish. So practically it's like a wave 1 over here. Right now we will be doing wave B over here in few days, and then we're going to see wave C somewhere around here, just the sweep of the highs like this, and then doomsday. So something like this is likely, but then the push to 9.5 is a very possibility in my view, and hence I think 5.26 to $5 is a good levels, is good levels for near. Actually, it's something we should be something we should be looking for near. Near looks good, actually. Honestly, the 5 waves is clean, actually. So yeah, bro, Ethereum nigga deleted the message. Fine, my brother, but I hope I could clear your question, my friend. And we are with you, brother. Thanks a lot, my friend Aminur Rahman. We have a look at near, please. I think, yeah, this is the near chart. If they keep rates flat in FOMC, what will happen? So from the price perspective, nothing is going to happen. It's all priced in, and what's going to come in. What's going to happen. Engulfing candles on SPX, engulfing candle on Bitcoin. So what's going to happen next. Okay, so the price, that is not going to change any outcomes. That's not going to make it suddenly very bullish, or that's not going to make it suddenly very bearish. No, the outcome is going to still remain same. Okay, it's not going to change. Secondly, if FOMC rates keep flat, it's going to affect a lot on the housing market. The mortgage defaulters are going to go high. The credit card defaulters are going to increase. The loans on the variable interest rates are going to default, and suddenly in the market, the liquidity crisis will come. So whichever country you are, especially the countries which is fully dependent on the crude and gas on other countries, you should at least have in your bank account at least 12 months of savings, so that you can survive what is going to happen next. I'm telling you again, you need to survive that. So that's all for today's stream, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to continue probably in the evening and maybe in the noon. If you like this content, please press like button, and also engage or with my tweets as well. It would be much appreciated. Thanks a lot. Love you all. Bye bye.